Bia Fedi, Bablo Moshe. Olumoko no Bokete Lawe true. Lawe no. The overlord of the Kadangwe state. Kedo Boko Obanu Lakanwimo. Overlord of the Kadangwe state, Obanweko. The overlord of the Kadangwe state. The overlord of the Kadangwe state. Ekemukweja. Nubaman Klalo Bripon Manyala Bidingi. Niji Pado. Majachame Wawa Yeke. Liaba Fui. Yapusu Felo. Nifita Oche. Keke Walumo Behi na Gafite Hiji Walumo Kateche Professor Amanfi the VII. Lehunke Ehe Wanche delegation. It's just a short speech from the GBORBU, Sheche the Overlord. And I read. Among the Kadangwe speaking people, the word giant is known as Asebu. The term, which is the identification of a giant or a person of a sizable height or strength, appears as horrifying and commands both fear and dictates. The Ghana people that migrated from the eastern part of Africa, Kush to be precise, knew of the Asebu, that led sessions of their groupings in the start of the beginning of the journey to the present location, which is currently Ghana. In the year 1444 BCE, legendary stories were told but classified as history and recorded in the Jewish Holy Bible. This recording indicated the exodus of a group called Israelites, who were then led by Moses and claimed they were directed to cross the Sea of Reed, which is today called the Red Sea, by the god they worship. The crossing of the Sea of Reed led to a mythical happening which made the sea to divide into two, whereby creating a path for people to walk to the other side. It was observed that the creating a path for people to walk to the other side, it was observed that the Israelites were being chased by an army of the Egyptians who were under the instruction of their king or Pharaoh to arrest and make the Israelites return back to Egypt. Legend narrated that the Egyptians got drowned. It was a great loss of life, properties, and pride. One of the captains of the Egyptian army that was identified at the scene was Asebu from the ancient Memphis, but did not join the army that followed the Israelites. This captain, who was the war influencer for the Pharaoh of Mizraim, had to flee the presence of his overlord, who was Pharaoh Ramesses II. His reason for not following the Egyptian army and deciding to flee the presence of his overlord was because he never shared in the Pharaoh's idea to pursue the Israelites. He and others entered Blemi, which is now referred in our local language, Blema, and later Kush, before arriving into the place beyond and then the Sahara regions. The North Giant was from Memphis, and so was named after his place of origin. Legend and its narration describe him as a personality of enormous strength and could manifest in places of his choice and at the same time. the reason we are sitting here today. Among the Aja of the Oyo and Dahomey, he was known as the high priest of Noche. In the land of the Phone and the people of Chiami, he was called Togbi Charlie. He was also seen among the Soninke, the Malinke, and the Jalonke. Other places where he was also identified were barren in the northern region of Ghana. The manifestation of this mysterious being was also spotted in the Angola-Congo regions. Other places he was seen were the shores of the Guinea coast, notably among the Ghana and Asebu people. Among the transported black African slaves that landed in the South Americas, the Palmeiras, he was seen to have liberated the dead slaves and set up a town for them. There, he was known as Zumbi. Just as he was the progenitor of the Kowo, Wadokum, Wabobo, now Numa, or Numa, who called him Bokete Lawe or Asabu. After entering the open sea of Numa in the year 1660s, he manifested again to lead the people of Asabu after a stay at Nyanyana or Nyanyanu. Asebu, Amanfi, and Mure. He founded the Asebu kingdom in the central region of Ghana with his brother Fanyi Kwaje, if I got it well, Kweja, as narrated by the people of the kingdom he built. Later, his brother Fanyi Kweja left him to join the people of Mori, now Mori, and became their chief fisherman because he brought the spirit and nutrients to lure and catch fish in abundance for the community. Asebu, or Asebu Amanfi, had a sister, a trusted sister by name Amanfiwa, who roasted corn and fed his voracious brothers' appetite unwavering. The manifestations of NUUMO Bokete Lawe in most places occurred from the 4th century to the 7th century, built or with different names. In Blemi and Kush, he was Asabu or Jin or Anak. He stayed among the Kotoku, and so people by the shores of the lake of Chad in what is today West Africa. His name was Atsa the giant. He was among his people that moved away from the ocean near of Madagascar to the west. Here his name was Bokete. Among the group that migrated from the shores of Lake Chad were the followers of the mystical being called by different names at different locations where he manifested. To some descriptions of that, Asabu, he was said to be one of the fallen angels or Anaki. We of Nua would like to assert the fact with our brethren from Asebu Amanfi that we are from the same progenitor. He was from the ancient, but the western part of Africa got to know him and around the 12th century, 1100 AD to the 17th century, 1600. He was a victorious warrior. And many within this region, or the Kadangbe region, attest to his numerous victories in the towns that he had formed and shaped. We welcome to our midst NUUMO Nana, Professor Okatakyi, Amanfi VII, the paramount chief of Asebu in the central region of Ghana, and his blood-related groupings from Mori. Once again, it is of great honor to meet our king and king. We hope this bond of unity will be continuous for the set target to be achieved for generations unborn. Thank you very much.